The race for the presidency of the 10th Senate just got a new twist. We don't change. Twisted. Yeah, it got twisted though. Bearing last-minute changes ahead of the 10th Senate leadership and inauguration, 62 out of 109 elected senators have endorsed Senator Barau Jibrin from Kano State for the position of Senate President. This was disclosed by an anonymous senator from the Northwest and also a close friend of Jibrin after an emergency meeting in the early hours of Tuesday in Abuja. He explained that 62 senators elect have so far endorsed Senator Jibrin, and 46 of them were physically present at the all-night meeting held at the Transcorp Hotel. The meeting was centered on strategizing to mobilize other senators-elect to join hands in delivering Senator Jibrin as the 10th Senate President. The lawmakers-elect were against the nomination of Akpabio as Senate President. We know that the Tinubu's preference for Akpabio was only to carry the Christians in Nigeria along, and not necessarily because of his competence or contribution to the success of the party. Unfortunately, Akpabio would not be able to pilot the affairs of the parliament. Lawmaker said, "We shall resist any attempts to anoint him or any aspirants on us. We are not children, therefore capable of sorting ourselves to ensure that the Senate presidency go to a competent and qualified senator, preferably from the Northwest and not the South, given the contributions of the zone to the victory of Tinubu during the February presidential election. The North has contributed over 63% of the votes that drove Tinubu to victory," said Senator-elect. "We chose Jibrin because of his competence and unblemished records. He is also the highest ranking, long-serving legislator in the Senate and the most qualified to be 10th Senate President. In the 109-seat Senate, the APC has 59 senators, People's Democratic Party PDP 36, Labour Party 8, New Nigeria People's Party NNPP 2, Social Democratic Party SDP 2, Young Progressives Party YPP, and the All Progressives Grand Alliance 1 seat each. To win the Senate presidency, a simple majority of votes is required when the parliament is inaugurated in June, after the transmission of a proclamation by the president to the clerk of the National Assembly. Well, Tinubu said he helped Buhari. So, and that was why the so-called, what do they call them, the governors, the northern governors, rally around, that go to support this guy. Maybe he knew what they didn't know, or maybe he knew what they know. So they quickly tried to cover up that, because the initial thing was not just to even allow him near Asorok, but rub my back, I rub your back. If you say anything, you do anyhow, you see anyhow. So now he was saying, "Oh, I'm the one who made Buhari this, and that's why I allowed him." Now it is their turn now to say, "Yes, so we helped you," and that's why they say 62% of the victory that he got, that is coming from them. So they can do anyhow. They can say, "So now we put you for there." So forget all those things. So that is the way they are going to be playing the game. So you, where they shout, "Now me, oh, now we, this and that." You say, they're not going to give Igbos. You give Igbos. See, whether you give Igbos or you don't give Igbos, the politicians from the Igbo extraction, they know how they go to settle themselves anyhow, even if they no go get plenty. But you are the Igbo man where they on the streets, you where they shout, all of now, those Igbo people on the streets, they know how to take care of themselves. They know how to also do what they want to do. But you, they find empowerment, they find contracts. You no go see reach your hand. So you can see the kind of the set of people that we are going to be having. Already we have them, so there's no even big deal about. Wow. Okay. No wahala. They look. Yoruba people and those Christians supporting Alpha Islamization of Nigeria kicking. Okay. Now we all go suffer. Now true, because Buhari say Tinubu na Muslim. This one a Muslim. Shetima na Muslim. This one a Muslim. Okay. Okay. Well, they go say no. It doesn't matter. And you go see say the speakers. Oh, me, I'm not even thinking from that level. Okay. Two northerners. What do they call them? Shetima and this one, if this one, because they have already won all this one that from the start, that just forget about it. Don't just go near, don't just even think about anything about all those things, because it's not going to help you. We're not going to be taking any chances from the start, that you should just forget it. So this is the outcome of this whole thing, where I support a Muslim Senate president and Muslim house of two Muslims carry go. Make they give them. The reasons outlined by the senators-elect in going for distinguished Senator Barau Jibrin, they are openly to see by everybody. There's nothing like religious bias. Okay, the senators mainly were mainly we're talking about a legislative experience, ranking in the Senate chamber, qualification and all of that. Therefore, people should not bring sectionalism, religious and other such reasons. No, may they not talk about, but if na another person, when I go say, this one is religious, this is this and that. Muslim Senate president. Okay? When Akpabio go be Senate president, your eye go clear. Northwest should produce the Senate president. They want to turn Nigeria to Muslim country at all costs, and Muslims are minority in this nation. I'm very sure of that. This agenda will not see the light of the day. Except the position is not thrown open, the northern senators will support their own and convince others to do so. That is how good the North is when it comes to politics. See, politics now, even if they put an Igbo man there, even if they put an Igala man there, they put an Urobo man there, you will be Urobo person on this, you no go see anything, no, because it makes no sense. No, oh mama, I'm again na deputy whatever you do. Wait till you gain. You will come from a Uhele North or Uhele whatever, or Ethiopia, I don't know where you come from. You be Yorubo, you be Yorubo. Person, tell me where till you gain. I take help your own ministry. Oshiba you did it. I take help you. The whole North put together. The president now Buhari. I take help them. Even if they put Akpabio there, they put Zozima there. Like when I told you I was listening to a radio program, I think some days back or yesterday or so, and they were talking about whether we use Okalo, use or this and this and that. People say, no, bring another person. We are not saying maybe it's not Igbo or whatever. That's not our, but the person we are presenting is where the problem lies. That because even if he gets there, it's not going to affect them. It's not going to benefit anybody. He was a governor and he has been senator. They've been trying to put themselves. Nobody don't benefit. Wait till they gain. Nobody they gain anything. And Mad Lawan, we still be this. We be saying in 10 Ogusun hand. He did there now. I tell happy their people ministry. Okay. Barau deserve the position. Come and see capacity, brother. Now only there they get. Now there they get capacity. I support this Muslim agenda must agenda so that Yoruba people will learn their lessons. They learn anything. I support it to Muslim agenda. I go for Barau. Okay. We have 3 arms of government and they are independent. So the parliament must choose their officers without interference. This will give Nigeria a robust government. When they talk say Lagos no be Nigeria, Lagos no be Nigeria, you go see say in one way or the other, you go see they go. Even Tinubu himself, if they manage somewhere and he will be incapacitated. Northern senators are their characters in government is unbelievable. If this statement is true, okay, let Northwest also produce speaker, all the ministers, SGF and COS, since other zones are bystanders. No problem, see them. If you diagnose the statement well, you would notice the mentioning of numbers the North gave Tinubu to win. This is a very big problem in the making of. If regions and people continue to view federal position in this manner, I say again, the old politicians are just there for selfish interest and not for the generality, as they always demand for compensation. When we get there, how can you tell me that Akpabio lack experience? That is because Tinubu wants to carry Christians along. Worst statement ever. Please, you have to ignore and shun insulting religious and tribal in our political dispensation. Please be nationalists. Join hands and save Nigeria. When you don't reach like that, but if na another person now, una go dey say no, they no go ever. You go say they be religious by God. But when you are doing it and it's open, you say no, people should not think in that light. Okay, there.